Hi everybody. So I thought I'd walk you through the process for planting an asparagus patch with root crowns. The first thing I did was I broke ground, tilled in the soil. Then I got some compost from a larger farm in our area, and I did the first load, the first truckload. I just put it in the soil and tilled it back into the native soil. And once I did that, I got some really fertile ground on which to start. After I did that part, I made 2 rows with a centerline plow, and that's for setting the root crowns in. After I cut the furrow with a centerline plow, I had to take a spade and go along the length of the furrow to give it a good flat bottom to set the crowns on. And of course there's 2 rows there. One of them I've widened and one of them I haven't. And once I got 2 good flat furrows, I filled the bottom with compost, so I had to go get another load. And then I set the root crowns on top of that, making sure that, I put them in stem side up. Once I got the root crowns all laid out where I wanted them, then I shoveled more compost in and covered them. Once I had them covered with compost, then I just basically took a hoe and pulled the native soil that was amended back on top of everything. That way my crowns were probably 6 to 8 inches under the ground and in some really rich soil. Once I had them in the ground, you might notice I have them flagged so I wouldn't step on them. I chipped some saplings and things I had to pull up to give them a little mulch so they don't just get eaten by weeds before they've had a chance to grow. And then later on, once they grew up, I went ahead and paid for some mulch here locally to finish covering it up, because we were a little too worried about weeds at first. But at any rate, there's the asparagus that came up. You might notice they kind of form little ferns, and those ferns will grow into great big trees. So that's a corn crib I was building in the background, and our dog that we had to put an orange collar on so no one would think he was a black bear, because we have a lot of bear hunters in our area. And thanks for listening.